What's up guys and girls, my name is Peter, the Fit Moose, and in today's video we're going to be seeing how closely we can match the calories and macronutrients of a mass gainer shake using ingredients we just find around the house. Maybe you've been here before. You're in the supplement store, you're trying to bulk and put on some size, but you don't know whether you should go for a regular whey protein shake or a mass gainer shake. Now, it would make sense to go for the mass gainer shake, but do you always want to get all those hundreds of extra calories in just when you need an extra bump of protein? Sometimes you just want a little bit of extra protein without taking in the hundreds of calories. So do you take the mass gainer shake or do you take the whey protein shake? Well, in today's video, we're going to see if we can replicate a mass gainer shake, in particular, Serious Mass here from Optimum Nutrition. We're going to see how closely we can replicate the macronutrients and calories of this shake using ingredients that we find around the house. So a big reason why you're getting the mass gainer shake is simply down to ease and convenience. It's a lot easier to drink 1200 calories, which is what's in an average mass gainer shake. Much easier to drink 1200 calories in a shake than it is to eat 1200 calories of food. So maybe you're at the end of the day, you don't have an appetite anymore. You can just drink a 1200 calorie shake and be done with it instead of having to force down another 1200 calories of food. So that's where the mass gainer has its place. Today we're going to be making a mass gainer shake using these ingredients that we find at home. Of course, that's going to take away a little bit of the convenience factor because you're having to mix all the ingredients up yourselves. However, we're going to see at the end of this video, once we compare the convenience factor and the pricing, we're going to see which one is the right option for you. So let's get into it. Okay, we have in here 1 scoop of whey protein. This is Synthesix from BSN. This is chocolate peanut butter flavor, delicious flavor. It does have a little bit higher fat content as well as higher calories compared to your regular whey protein shake. So that is going to kind of add into our macros for today. Speaking of which, let me show you what we're aiming for with our macros. Let's just pull this down. Okay, so you can see here, we're looking for this amount of calories, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. That's the amount in 1 scoop of Serious Mass. The regular serving is 2 scoops. We're just going to do 1 scoop today. If you want to do a full serving, of course, you just double the recipe that we're going to be doing today. So this is the number we're going to try and match. We've got our whey protein shake in here, which is going to provide the majority of our protein. So the rest of it comes down to carbohydrates mostly, okay? So, screw the top off of that. We've got our oats. These oats are going to provide a big portion of the carbohydrates from here. So we have a set of scales here, which is what you want to do. Set your shaker on the scales and weigh out. We're going to weigh out our oats. Okay, so we've weighed out 60 grams of oats here. I'm going to give it a little mix up. You can see how much that is. That is a lot of oats already. It's taken up most of the space in this shaker bottle here. So that's our first ingredient. Next up, we are going to add in some bananas. So we have here 2 small bananas, which are weighed up to about 90 grams of bananas. If you have a larger banana, an average, like a good sized banana will be about 80 grams roughly. Our bananas here are kind of small, so we're using 2 of them, and I've weighed them up. They come to about 90 grams. So you want to break them up into smaller pieces and then just drop them into your shaker. Okay, we've got our banana in the shaker now. As you can see, it is full to the brim, so if this happens to you, don't worry about it. What you want to do first is actually add in some liquid, and then we're going to blend it up first to create some more space before we add in the rest of our ingredients. So you want to add in 300 milliliters of either plant-based milk, which is what I'm using today. I'm using some coconut milk. If you want the extra calories, you would want to use dairy milk. It is a lot higher in calories. If that's not your jam, that's fine. Use some almond milk or some coconut milk here. You can use water, of course. However, for starters, water isn't going to make it taste as good. It will taste better with some kind of milk in there. And second of all, we're trying to bump up the calories, guys. So milk is just going to add in some more calories. It's going to taste better, and you're going to get in those calories and a bit of extra protein. So pouring some liquid in, letting it kind of seep through our ingredients for a bit. Okay, so once you blended up your ingredients a little bit, sometimes you gotta shake the bottle a little bit up and or use a spoon to kind of mix things up a bit if it's a little bit thick and struggling to blend, which is what happened here. So anyways, blended it up a little bit. Next up, we're gonna add in our final 2 ingredients. So you wanna open that up. And we are adding in some natural yogurt. You can use Greek yogurt or you can just use some natural plain yogurt. Now again, whether you get the low-fat yogurt or the full-fat option is totally down to kind of your own preference. How many calories are you looking for? If you don't mind having higher fats, then go for the full-fat version, of course, just to bump up those calories. So not a lot of yogurt, we're just going for a little bit, and the yogurt is just there to kind of thicken the shake up a bit and to provide it a bit more of a creamy kind of texture. Okay, and the final ingredient is honey. Now this is actually an optional ingredient because you don't really need the honey. It's just to kind of add in some sweetness to the shake and also bump up the amount of carbohydrates you have. So if you want the extra carbs and you don't mind the extra sugar, then you can add some honey in. We're not actually going to add the honey in today because I don't want the extra sugar. But the reason you're taking something like honey is because, as you can see, the oats, while they are a good source of carbohydrates, are extremely thick. They take up a lot of space in the shake and they make it very thick. Whereas honey is a simple way to add in the extra carbs without kind of making the shake undrinkable. So yeah, you can add in some honey. We're not going to do that today. So this will conclude our shake. You want to blend it up. And if it's a bit too thick, guys, just add in a little bit of milk again to thin things out. Yeah, so you can see ours is a little bit thick. We're just going to add in a little bit extra milk in the top. And then we have our mass gainer shake that we made at home using just some very basic ingredients. You can see it's all mixed up here. It will taste delicious. So let me show you the macros of what we have here. So as you can see, the calories we almost matched, pretty much same on the calories. However, when it comes to the protein, we actually have more protein in our homemade shake. However, we are low on the carbohydrates and high on the fats, okay? So this is as close as I could get it using some basic ingredients at home, okay? So of course, if you wanted to kind of try and get it even more exact, you would just add in, more oats or more banana, and that would increase the amount of carbohydrates. However, as you can see, the shake is already extremely thick, so you might not have space in your shaker to do that, or you might have to end up using a really big blender. So up to you how you want to do it, but using an average size kind of blender bottle today, this is what we managed to come up with. So pretty accurate in terms of calories, proteins, higher, fats and carbohydrates a little bit off. However, that's what we've got. In terms of pricing, for a mass gainer shake, so this one in particular, Serious Mass that I got here, 1 scoop, so not 1 serving, 1 scoop, came to around, and this is the price I bought it for, came to around 4 ringgit and 75 cents here in Malaysia. If you were to make this homemade shake, it's hard to say exactly how much it would cost per serving. However, you're looking at roughly around 5 ringgit, so actually probably a little bit more expensive. Around either the same to a little bit more expensive in terms of the price of making it yourself. However, of course, you have that other element of it's a lot more effort to make this shake at home yourself, instead of, if I have the mass shake, I just put in a scoop, mix it with the milk, done. Whereas this, you have to kind of weigh out the ingredients and put everything in, separately before you blend it. So it's definitely a bit more effort. So if you're short on time, you might want to go for the convenience of a mass gainer shake, considering it isn't any more, it's not more expensive to get a mass gainer shake, and it's a lot more convenient to do so. So final notes. Today we were trying to match the mass gainer shake calories and macros. However, if you weren't worried about that and you just want to get as many kind of calories and make a delicious shake, you would actually want to add in something like some peanut butter for some extra fats and just some extra tastiness. And also you can add in other fruits. The reason we didn't put in other fruits today is simply because they don't contain that many calories. Bananas are quite calorie and carbohydrate dense. If you were to add in things like berries, it wouldn't really add a lot of calories to your mix. However, it would add a lot of flavors and micronutrients as well. So it's always good to add in some extra fruits, as well as things like nuts or seeds that you can add in as well. They're going to add in a few extra calories, but mostly they're going to just provide some extra micronutrients for your shake, which is always a good thing, as well as making it taste even better. So to conclude this video, should you get a mass gainer shake or should you just make it at home? Well, when it comes down to price, there isn't really that much difference. So it all really comes down to the convenience. Do you have the time to be taking all these separate ingredients and blending up a shake, every night at home? If you do, then that's great. Maybe you want to go for that because it's more customizable, which is the good thing. Maybe one day you need more carbohydrates, you can add in extra ingredients. Maybe one day you don't need that many carbohydrates, so you can, add less oats in or whatever. It's good in that sense because you can customize it yourself. However, when it comes down to convenience, you can't beat the convenience of a regular mass gainer shake. So really the choice is yours, but I hope in today's video we kind of showed you, demonstrated, the two different options that you have, and hopefully you can make a better decision for yourself. So that's going to conclude today's video. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button for more fitness videos delivered straight to your YouTube feed. Like the video if you learned something and if you liked it, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.